against each other. So come check that out. That will be Fridays and Saturdays in this space. Our show runs about 90 minutes, no intermission, and it sounds like we are holding house for a few minutes. We have a few more audience members to arrive, so if you need to use the restroom, reach against each other. So come check that out shortly. Thank you.
So I'm going to mute again. Just if you can let people know, like, all the actors will be mixed. That was just.
It looks like they are. I might as well mute.
Oops. Oh, I had my fly down again. On Thursday at the beginning, my fly was down, and now my fly's down again. Oh, 80? 80? Where are they? Ooh. Anticipation.
Why me? It's their story. Why don't they tell it?
Oh, don't worry. They will.
Fine. My name's Branwen. You might know me by other names, but they're not important. This is not my story. Not yet!
Sorry.
I grew up at the court of the King and Queen of Ireland. I was companion to their daughter Isolde, Princess of Ireland. All of the unmarried lords of Europe sought her for her beauty, her wealth, her father's alliance, and her miraculous ability to heal anyone she touched. Only, I loved her for herself. There she is. That's how she was, before she ever laid eyes on Tristan. Before the whole thing started, one of the great love stories of all time, a story that should have been mine. Chords! Now the chords! Would have been mine if it hadn't been for one little mix-up. No, it was not!
Comb my hair, will you?
Duke of Moorbeer is offering 6 talents of gold and 80 cows for Isolde's hand.
Only 80?
Dermot of Ulster, 8 talents of gold, 100 cows, and a herd of prize sheep.
Ulster. Oh, the weather is frightful up there.
About Reginald of Chester, 9 talents
An
of gold.
Englishman!
Take that as a no, then. Here's one. Mark of Cornwall, 10 talents of gold, 200 head of cows, and an alliance against the Danes.
Cornwall. Well, it could be worse. Isolde, what do you say to Cornwall?
No, thank you.
Well, you'll have to marry one of them sooner or later.
Do I?
Sooner would be better than later, what with this dragon rampaging about the countryside.
Oh, right. There was a dragon rampaging about the countryside.
How about this then? Whichever of my suitors can slay the dragon will win my hand in marriage and kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Get someone from another country to kill the dragon.
I told you, she has my brain.
It's not a bad plan.
Suppose someone does kill the dragon.
No one has managed it yet. Trust me, it will be ages before anyone kills that dragon. Ages and ages.
Months passed. Suitors came, suitors got eaten by the dragon. We didn't pay much attention. In fact, we had nearly forgotten about the whole thing when one day...
Darling, you'll never guess. Someone has finally killed the dragon. Bring him in.
Wait, you brought him here?
He's a bit worse for wear. Dying, in fact. Oh. The The only thing that will save him is your magical healing touch.
Well, who is he exactly?
He's Sir Tristan, nephew of King Mark of Cornwall, who has sent piles of gold as a wedding present. I'm off to pack your trousseau. This is so exciting. So heal him already.
You want me to lay hands on a strange man?
Yes, before he bleeds all over the carpet. Or dies. I guess we don't want that either.
Salt water usually does the trick.
He did risk his life to win my hand. Healing him is the least I can do.
Is this heaven?
Close. Ireland.
Ireland. Dragons. Stomach wound. Miraculously healed. Are you a sorceress?
No, just born with a natural healing touch.
You saved my life.
It was the least I could do. You did kill the dragon that was terrorizing our land.
Well, yes. Yes, I did. I did do that, didn't I? To whom do I owe my life?
Isolda.
Isolda. Isolda. Wow. Okay.
What's wrong? Didn't you fight a dragon to win my hand?
Yes, sure, but for my uncle, though.
Your uncle.
King Mark of Cornwall.
Oh. He said you to fight a dragon to win his bride's hand.
Yes.
Is he a coward?
No. He's very busy. He's doing important king stuff. You know, ruling hard.
And you're his heir.
Yeah, well, for now. I mean, that's why he needs a bride, so that he can, you know.
Beget heirs.
Right, that.
How romantic.
Tell us about this king.
Mark. Noah. He's got brown hair. Darkish. Reddish, really, in the right light. But yeah, I'd say it's more brown, except where it's gray.
Excuse me. They do not make dragon slayers like they used to.
At least you're not marrying him.
No, just someone twice his age with an ambiguous hair color. Who needs an heir?
It will be all right. I'll be with you, remember?
You there? Would you be a good fellow and fetch me my lute? Oh, yeah.
You're a musician?
Oh, you know I dabble. I've never really been good with words, or people for that matter. I've never been able to articulate myself adequately to another human being. Anything worth saying, it just seems too profound and so complex to be encapsulated in mere words. So, music, it's the only way that I've really found to express the ineffable. Pretty woman walking down
Oh my
the street,
god,
a
an
pretty
entire
woman
ocean voyage with him?
like me.
He's cute, in a way.
Is he?
He reminds me of Cormac.
Cormac, your dog.
He's a very good dog.
Now that you mention it, he looks exactly like Cormac.
Oh, you look as lovely as can be. Are you lovely just like me?
Kings aren't so much,
Nah,
are they?
this Mark will be too busy hunting boar and ruling hard.
She'll be there with me.
Of course. Once Sir Tristan fully recovered, we said our farewells and boarded the ship that would take us to Cornwall.
Branwen, I have a task for you. Listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
No one can know.
Okay.
Well, you see, royal marriages are not always so happy, and we want Isolde to be happy, don't we?
Of course we want Isolde to be happy.
Well, and that's where you come in.
Yes.
Here, give Isolde and King Mark this potion.
Wait, what?
It's a love potion. Just put it in their wine when they're alone together, and they'll fall in love and live happily ever after. But don't fail me. Isolde's happiness depends on it.
What's keeping you, Branwen? Have you ever been tempted to sleep with a man?
No, of course not. Wait, have you?
No, just curious. That's all. Don't you ever wonder what it's like?
I wonder what it's like to walk on the moon. That doesn't mean I want to live there.
You are so funny. It might not be so horrible.
Isolda! Look! There's a crowd of dolphins over to starboard!
That was it. The moment I became afraid. Also, a little repulsed.
I hope that you're not seasick.
If I feel a twinge, I'll be sure to lay hands on myself. Just kidding. It only works on other people, not myself.
Well, don't worry. The winds are looking good, and we might make it to Cornwall by nightfall.
So soon?
You're not in a rush.
I love being out at sea. There's so much air, I feel free. Like I can finally be myself.
It's funny, I feel exactly the same way. Just so thoroughly alive.
That's probably the oxygen.
Certainly sharpens the appetites, if that's what you mean.
You must be hungry, Lady Isolda. You've hardly eaten all day.
Oh, right. You there? You good fellow. Dinner? Oh, yeah. And look at that. The winds have died down and the sea is becalmed.
Oh dear. Does that mean we might not make it to Cornwall tonight after all?
Alas, no. We'll have to drop anchor for the night.
What a shame.
Interesting. There's an important nautical decision of some kind that only you can make.
An important nautical decision. I shall be right there.
Oh, look! A whale! Don't judge me too harshly. I had every reason to believe I was safeguarding her happiness just as much as mine. At least that's what I told myself.
Oh, I must have just missed it.
Here, a toast to a new life.
Good Lord, it is freezing. Go fetch my ermine shawl, will you?
But, okay.
Good thing I am so decisive. Why? It's just the thing.
To new beginnings.
Yes, to your very happy marriage with my uncle.
Right.
No! Stop!
Did you say something, Branwen?
No, I can't find your ermine shawl. Will the fox fur do?
Never mind. Turns out I'm not cold after all.
Chicken drumstick?
You eat it. I'm not hungry either.
It's funny, neither am I.
That wine was extraordinary.
Something's happening.
Something that surpasses understanding.
Lady Isolda, Moon is simply lovely tonight. Would you care to join me on the upper deck for a better view?
You do realize that the moon is thousands of miles away, and the difference of a few... Yes, I would love to.
You really should eat something. A little protein.
This is bad.
Very bad.
I owe my uncle everything. Not just because I swore him an oath, but because he's always been there for me. The closest thing that I have to a father.
Anyone would be moved by your deep loyalty to your uncle.
You're his bride.
Right. Not till tomorrow, though?
Yes.
Why would fate bring us together like this only to keep us apart?
To test us?
What would be the point in that?
I don't know. Maybe we're meant to struggle against our baser instincts.
Base? Speak for yourself. My feelings are pure and unholy.
That's what I meant. Mine are too.
Speak to me of your feelings.
My feelings are too profound to be contained within the clumsy musculature of language.
Oh, say that again.
What, that whole thing?
Never mind. Contain me in your clumsy musculature.
That would not be a wise move.
Events have progressed too far.
But I'm the chaperone. It is my duty to keep them from making a terrible, sinful mistake. The honor of the kingdom of Cornwall's at stake.
Yeah, like you care about Cornwall.
What's that supposed to mean?
Look, intervening at this stage would only alienate you from Isolde, on whom you depend entirely.
So, there's nothing to be done?
Nothing.
Until the day the masses overthrow the parasitic feudal overlords, seize the means of production, and build a new society based on the principles of freedom, equity, and reason.
When is that likely to happen?
Any day now. Huh? Isn't there a white knight upon a fiery steed? Late at night I toss and I turn and I dream of what I need. Oh!
I'm forever here till the end of the night.
Isn't it beautiful? Branwen!
No.
Wake up! I need to talk to you. God, you look terrible.
It was the wine.
I thought it was very good wine. Come here. Come look at this glorious view. You see that fuzzy gray line on the horizon there? Tristan says that's Cornwall. Tristan says we'll be there by afternoon.
What else does Tristan say?
Someone got out on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
I have a headache.
Ugh, you are no use to me in this condition. Right, now then, I need to talk to you. I have an itty-bitty bit of a problem.
You've fallen in love with your future husband's nephew?
No, not that. That is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay, so what's the problem then?
Well, you know, this whole wedding thing coming up.
Today, in fact?
Right. Well, I suppose once we're married, Mark will want to have sex.
That's my understanding of how these things work.
And he'll probably expect his bride to be a virgin. But don't look at me like that. I told you it was fate. It was destiny. It was the will of God. You really can't blame us.
Is that what you're going to tell Mark?
No, he can never find out. That would start a war and possibly get Tristan executed.
And possibly yourself.
Really? Me? Well, I have come up with a plan so that he never has to find out. All I need is your help.
I can't help with this.
Whoa. You are the only one who can help.
Just tell me what I have to do.
Well, I was thinking you could pretend to be me, just for the wedding night. What's wrong?
You want me to have sex with your husband on your wedding night?
Exactly. It is the perfect solution.
Is it? Is it really?
Are you being sarcastic?
Well, for one thing, I look nothing like you.
I've already thought of that. We'll wear identical gowns and veils, and at the right time, we'll just do a little switcheroo. What?
Okay, I'm no expert, but at some point, won't I have to take both the gown and veil off?
It will be very dark, and he will be very drunk. I'll see to that. Trust me, he won't know the difference. Now what?
It's just, if I'm being honest, I don't particularly want to have sex with your husband.
Do you think I do?
Well, maybe not, but...
You said you loved me. Now you won't do this one small favor for me?
Oh, Jesus.
Exactly. What would Jesus do?
I don't know. Not have sex with his friend's husband?
You are being so literal.
It literally says, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Listen, I know I must sound selfish,
Yeah.
but try to understand what happened between Tristan and me Normal people don't fall in love like that from 1 minute to the next. It's not natural. The only explanation is that God willed it. And if he brought us together, then he must have a plan for us. I just need your help to get through the next few hours. Is that too much to ask?
Oh, Jesus.
Nearing the harbour! Make ready to heave to!
Making ready! Now you see those castle jumping up from the cliffs over there? That's Castle Dower. And if you come here with me, over there is the harbor, and you can see the crowd of people. Look at how many have gathered to cheer us.
I can hear them cheering.
And there's my uncle, right there waving. Oh, so what are we gonna do?
It will be all right. The important thing is that we'll be together.
Not really, though. You're gonna be married to my uncle.
Well, I mean, we'll be together in the same castle. Love will find a way.
Oh, like through secret passageways.
God, everyone is so literal.
You don't think that this is wrong?
A love as true as ours can't possibly be wrong.
Or dangerous?
Who is that person standing behind the king? The one who isn't waving or cheering
That's Marjadoc, the steward.
or even smiling?
Throw out the lines!
Throwing out the lines! Also catching the lines!
Who killed a dragon? You did!
I
was beginning to worry.
I'm sorry that we took so long, but I was grievously wounded. Fatally, in fact.
You seem to have made a miraculous recovery, Sir Tristan.
Well, it's all thanks to Isolde.
Indeed. Princess Isolde, my bride?
Yeah, she has got these magic hands. Healing hands, like a nurse, not like a sexy nurse or anything, just a...
Is that her there? Oh, she's as beautiful as they say.
Is she? I hadn't noticed.
Go and help her off the ship. The wedding feast is in the ovens.
Oh, are you sure you want to rush right into this? Because I'm not sure that she's your type.
Very funny. Princess Isolde,
King Mark,
welcome to Cornwall.
thank you.
We are getting married today.
So it would seem.
Yay!
Hoorah!
Thank you for healing my nephew. I don't know what I would do without him. He's the closest thing to a son that I have. So far. Right. Let's all go have a drink.
Oh, God, yes.
And that's how we arrived at Castle Door, our new home. The courtiers cheered for their new queen. But Isolde had eyes only for Tristan. As the high stone walls closed in around us, I was gripped with a sense of foreboding that had nothing to do with the tense music that Sir Tristan insisted on playing.
Sorry.
How about something a bit more jolly? This is a wedding, after all.
I believe in miracles since you came along, you sexy thing.
We are ready for the wedding, Your Majesty.
Oh, good.
First I must get changed into my wedding raiment. Won't be a minute.
So, this is more awkward than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it is. I just mean that I assume that it must be to marry a woman you've never met before. No, you don't have to marry her. You can always return her, and you could get your cows back.
Ready?
Yes. You, that's it.
Woo! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh. Woo! Uh-huh. Oh! Woo! Ah! Ee! Oh! Yeah. You did it, big boy. Oh shit. There you go, big boy. Oh.
Ahem.
So, you hear about King Arthur's new knight?
No.
Yeah. He came from far away to offer his fealty. Said it was his destiny to sit at the round table. His name is Sir Comfort. Yeah, get it? Like the circumference of a circle, like the round table.
Shut up!
Hang on. Have you heard about the new tax collector in Camelot?
Don't tell me.
They call him Sir Charge.
I'm not listening.
No, but you must have heard about the mysterious knight who melted off the side of the round table.
I don't want to know.
Was Sir Okay, bad but good.
No.
Cigarettes.
Piss off.
Oh, look. We need to talk about boundaries.
Her honor was at stake. Maybe her life.
Maybe that's her problem.
I love her. What is love without sacrifice?
Listen, you need to move on.
Let her go for your own good.
Yeah, it's Tristan she loves, not you.
Only because of that stupid potion. But the real Isolde is inside her somewhere. The real Isolde loves me.
She's using you.
I did her a favor. She would have done the same thing if the situation were reversed.
Sure she would.
Sure she would, I told myself. Well, the little switcheroo worked. King Mark hadn't noticed a thing, which is weird. In any case, with that first hurdle passed, we settled into life at Castle Door. Days turned into weeks, and Tristan and Isolde managed to keep their love a secret. Or so we thought.
Another good day. Brilliant idea, my dear, to go fox hunting. Wouldn't you agree, Tris?
Yes, very foxy. Foxes killing foxes. It's a good idea.
What do you say tomorrow we take the falcons out?
You like deer?
Excellent. Now, how about a song? Tris?
Right.
Isolde and Tristan had eyes only for each other, or else they may have noticed how certain courtiers eyed them with suspicion, especially Marjadoc, the steward. Many poets claim that he was a dwarf.
What?
What?
Of course, that's just a tired sizes trope. He was, in fact, of average height, but with a supersized jealousy of Tristan.
How fortunate, Your Majesty, that your new bride and your esteemed nephew should become such good friends so quickly.
Oh, yes. I suppose they have. Well, they did travel from Ireland together, after she cured him of some grievous wounds.
Strong bonds can form between a patient and his nurse. It is a well-known phenomenon.
What do you mean, bonds?
And of course, they are very close in age.
What does age have to do with anything?
Nothing, I'm sure, Your Majesty. Still, it is fortunate that the Queen and young Tristan should become such good friends so quickly, what with you often away on royal business, leaving him in charge.
Yes, true. Fortunate. You there, Page? What news do we hear from King Arthur's court these days?
Well, Your Majesty, all the talk is about a certain Sir Lancelot.
Oh, that's a real name? Sorry.
Word has it that he's in love with Queen Guinevere.
You don't say. In a pure chivalric sense, he wears her handkerchief in the lists and writes chaste love poems to her, that sort of thing.
Word has it there's nothing chaste about it, Your Majesty.
Why hasn't King Arthur put a stop to this?
Oh, well, they say, Your Majesty, that he's in denial on account of Sir Lancelot.
sorry. It's such a stupid name.
On account of Sir Lancelot being his dearest friend.
Oh, poor sap. It's lucky we don't go in for that sort of thing here in Cornwall, isn't it? What?
More wine, Your Majesty?
In spite of that obvious foreshadowing, Tristan and Isolde continue to meet in secret whenever possible.
Excuse me, my dear, I feel a headache coming on. I am going to retire early. Don't bother popping by. I'll be sound asleep.
Of course, my dear. An imbalance in the humors, perhaps. Should I send for the doctor?
No. A night of uninterrupted sleep is all I need. Good night.
Good night. And I have a lot of work to catch up on with my stamp collection. Oh, by all means. But don't stay out too late. Remember, Falcons tomorrow. The reservation. Marjadoc.
Yes, Your Majesty.
What you said earlier about patients and their nurses forming a bond?
A strong bond. Yes, Your Majesty.
Right. You don't see anything improper in the friendship between my nephew and my bride? Certainly, there's some partiality there, maybe even cordiality, but nothing more than that.
Perish the thought, Your Majesty. Of course, there are simple ways of testing such things.
There's nothing to test. I have complete trust in my nephew, and my wife is beyond reproach. What are these simple ways?
Well, the first and simplest, Your Majesty, would be to tell your wife you are planning a trip, say a pilgrimage, and leaving her in the care of Sir Tristan while you're away. Then note her reaction.
Ah, yes, her reaction. Good thinking.
At your service as always, Your Majesty.
In the morning, the king sent for Isolde.
You sent for me, dear.
I been thinking I'd quite like to take a pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage?
To purge my sins, you know.
When? Where?
As soon as possible. And I was thinking Rome.
Rome. Well, but that could take months.
Oh, possibly years. But don't worry, I have complete faith in Sir Tristan to hold the fort while I'm away.
Sir Tristan?
As my closest kin and my heir, I would of course leave him in charge. You wouldn't mind that, would you?
My lady, have you heard the one about the wisest knight of the Round Table? They call him Sir Conspect.
And his brother, Sir Reptitious, very good at staying out of trouble.
Do you mind?
Sorry, Your Majesty.
My lord! No! How could you be so hard-hearted as to abandon me, your wife, so soon after our wedding, and to leave me in the care of a man I hate?
Well, I thought you liked Sir Tristan. I thought I noticed a distinct cordiality.
This is a royal court where eyes are always on us. Joe, if you knew what it cost me to keep up this facade of politeness, to laugh at his lame jokes, and to feign interest in his rambling stories, and to smile at his inept singing. All because he is your nephew. But all this I do, but for you to abandon me, to deprive me of the one thing that makes my life here in Cornwall a joy and a delight. I mean you. And to leave me in the care of a man I despise. How could you?
Oh, no, I had no idea. My poor Isolde. Oh, forget I ever suggested a pilgrimage. A silly idea.
Really? Do you mean it? Oh, you are the best, kindest, noblest husband. I do not deserve you.
Oh, don't say that. It is I who do not deserve you.
Well, let's just call that a draw, shall we? Now, if there is nothing else, I promise that nephew of yours that I'd help him organize his stamp collection. Ooh, could he have picked a duller hobby? I only pray he doesn't sing.
Marjadoc! Here, your majesty.
Did you hear that? Did you hear how loyal and devoted my wife is to me?
I heard, your majesty.
I can't believe I ever listened to you. I hope you've learned a lesson.
Indeed.
And he had. He had learned not to underestimate Isolde. I wish I could say the same for her, but the lovers only became more careless. Such was the depth of their passion.
Your majesty, I must speak with you in confidence.
Yes?
I am gravely sorry to bring you this news, my lord, but duty compels.
Well, hurry up, man. They're about to serve the stuffed swan.
Last night, a servant spotted the Queen and Sir Tristan in the garden together. They appeared quite friendly.
We've already been through this. It's a polite facade. Isolde can't stand him.
My lord, they were alone. Why maintain a facade in private?
True. Well, there's bound to be some perfectly innocent explanation. I am not going to allow you to sully my marriage with your unworthy suspicions.
As you say, your majesty.
Oh, darn these court manners. Oh, it's a sorry state when a husband can no longer tell if his wife and his nephew are having an affair or just observing the polite customs of the day. Why blame King Arthur?
Indeed, your majesty.
Oh, enough of these suspicions. I am totally utterly, unshakably convinced in both my wife's and my nephew's absolute loyalty. I just wish there were a way I could be sure.
There is one way the Queen could prove her innocence once and for all.
You don't mean?
I do, Your Majesty.
No, not poor Isolde.
If she is truly innocent, Your Majesty, she has nothing to fear.
True. True.
That doesn't sound good.
I feared more than ever for Isolde, but my warnings made no difference. I tell you, the king suspects.
No, he doesn't. And if he does, he has no proof.
He'll have you watched.
You're jealous, aren't you?
Jealous? No, I just don't want to see you executed for adultery.
You are jealous. Because I have found my true love. And you have not.
If only that were true.
Queen Isolde!
Mergidic doctrine. What are you doing here?
I bring a message. His Majesty King Mark has decreed that you shall submit to the ordeal of the hot iron.
No, not the ordeal of the hot iron!
The what now?
It's just what it sounds like.
On what grounds?
You have been accused of adultery with Sir Tristan.
Well, that's a vicious lie.
Indeed. In that case, this ordeal will prove your innocence and silence these scandalous rumors once and for all.
Yes, it will. When is this ordeal to take place?
Tomorrow at dawn, a boat will arrive to take you down the river to the cathedral. The bishop himself will witness the judgment.
Very well. The sooner, the better.
You can't do this.
Have some faith. All I need is for you to get a message to Tristan.
I delivered the message, word for word. Not that I could see what earthly good it would do. The next day at dawn, we embarked on the royal boat under a heavy guard. Isolde sailed to her fate, serene as an angel. I don't know how she did it. For those of you who were born yesterday, the ordeal of the hot iron is just that. They heat a red hot poker until it's red hot, and then the accused puts their hand on it. If the wound festers and they die, that means they were guilty. If the wound heals cleanly, they're innocent.
Sounds legit.
It's not funny.
Okay, well, adultery is only a crime if you consider the validity of marriage in the first place.
Which we reject.
Naturally.
As a patriarchal construct.
Created to favor patrilineal descent and uphold the status quo.
Exactly. Which is why we predict that the whole institution of marriage will be rejected as oppressive and outmoded.
Along with the social structure based on heterosexual monogamous units.
Not to mention sexual hypocrisy.
Oh, yeah, don't get me started on sexual hypocrisy.
You're saying that marriage will be rejected and adultery decriminalized?
Naturally.
When?
Any day now.
What do we do in the meantime?
Pray.
Isolde prayed the whole journey, which to be honest is not her usual style. At last, we pulled up to shore. A large crowd had gathered to witness the ordeal, including King Mark, Marjadoc the steward, and a ragged-looking beggar who loitered near the shore. The bishop stood ready to preside over the trial.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd was restless.
Hey! Show some respect. My lady.
No, my lord. I will not sully your royal person with my touch. Not as long as I stand accused of the vile crime of adultery. I go through this world not as a queen, but as a humble penitent.
Ooh!
If I survive this ordeal, then I will once again be worthy of you. But until that time, I have not fitting that I accept help from you or any of these great lords. You there, beggar! Yes, you. You look disgusting. Your assistance will be suitably demeaning. You may help me down.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
You can set me down now.
Right.
I am ready. I do solemnly swear, by the witness of heaven, that I have not enjoyed the embraces of any man except for my rightful husband, and of course that beggar over there.
No.
Yeah.
If I lie, O Lord, strike me down with suffering and death. And if I am innocent, stop the wagging tongues of my accusers.
Isolde, no!
Can it be?
There must be some mistake, my lords. That poker is as cool to the touch as lake water.
It's a miracle! Oh, yes, a miracle indeed! God be praised!
Do you see that? She's innocent, as I've known in my heart all along. My darling, can you forgive me? Well, of course, I never doubted you. No, it's just that, we had to do something to quash those scandalous rumors.
Of course, I don't blame you, my dearest. Oh, a king has many unpleasant obligations.
Quite. You see, I never would have thought of that.
You don't say.
Isn't she something?
Yes, she had outwitted them all, even God himself.
But do not say that. I outwitted men with God's help.
Should God be helping you commit adultery?
God is who brought us together in the first place.
Actually, about that,
Isolde!
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just having an itty-bitty crisis of faith.
Oh, no. It comes to all of us, sooner or later. Best to just accept that God is but a construct and move on.
She grabbed a red-hot poker.
Yeah, somewhere there's a perfectly rational explanation.
Easy for you to say.
Branwen, my cloak!
Do you really think that God is a construct?
Oh, come on. What is religion but a means of exploiting people's fear of the unknown to uphold the social order?
Religion is a social construct, that I grant you, but does it check out that God is?
It's pointless to debate the existence of something which, by definition, is an ineffable mystery. Any just and equitable society will be built on reason.
I'm with you there.
Divine right of kings, huh? I spit on your divine rights.
Me too.
Nice.
Oars?
Coming, Your Majesty.
Couch coming through. Oh my.
Should we just do it ourselves?
Sorry.
Coming through, coming
Sorry.
through. No, don't be sorry. You didn't fuck it up.
Good job, guys. Really getting that timing down.
Oh, yeah, we're just really good at
Thank
our
you.
jobs. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. What's wrong?
I thought I heard a noise.
Oh, don't worry about that. Branwen's keeping watch.
Of course. You're right. Yeah, do you think we can trust Branwen?
Branwen! She seems completely devoted to you.
Of course. You're right. I just can't shake this feeling that someone betrayed us.
Well, it's possible, dearest, that we haven't been as careful as we might have been. Look, if it hadn't been for Branwen, then we would have been caught 1,000 times over.
It's just sometimes I think she might be jealous.
Really? It's just that I had fought gut instinct here, but the Branwen thinks I'm an idiot. But I guess it shows you can never tell with women.
You're so right, my love.
Who is it?
It's me, Branwen. Who else would know the secret knock? The king is asking for you?
Well, stall him. Tell him I'm curling my hair.
He's asking for both of you.
Well, I'm sure you can think of some excuse.
Look, it's best not to keep the king waiting,
We
dearest.
can't both arrive at the same time. That would be suspicious.
Right.
You go, I'll follow.
Till then, my love.
I'm not imagining things. She has been against us from the start. I have to be careful, but how to do it quietly? Oh, if only I knew of some loyal servants who would be willing to do my bidding in exchange for royal favor. Ah, you two, you'll do nicely.
Who? Us?
Come here. I have a teeny weeny task I need to ask of you.
How can we serve?
My servant, Branwen, has betrayed me. I need you to take her deep into the woods and kill her. In exchange for this task, I will reward you both with knighthoods.
Thanks, all the same, Your Majesty. But we'll pass.
You are lowly servants. I would have thought that you'd jump at my offer of knighthood.
Oh, it's not that we don't appreciate the thought, Your Majesty, but we prefer not to join the oppressor class.
Especially as it's about to be toppled.
Any day now!
Woo! Very well. If you do not do this for me, I will have you both flogged.
When you put it that way.
And as proof that she is dead, you will bring me back her tongue. Go! I want my proof by sunset tonight!
Did I think it was strange that Isolde should suddenly need a certain herb that only grew in the deepest part of the forest? No, I should have, but I suspected nothing.
But don't you think there's something to be said for affecting change from within?
Are you still thinking about that knighthood?
Well, I just think that the case can be made for infiltrating the ruling class with the purpose of dismantling the system from the inside.
Don't kid yourself. We all know power corrupts. After a few weeks, you'd be pretty hard pressed to dismantle a system that feeds you a stuffed swan.
Sorry to interrupt, but how much further is it?
It's time.
Branwen, we got some bad news for you.
What?
There's no good way to say this.
We could say it in French.
Why would we do that?
Everything sounds better in French.
There's no good way to say what?
Isolde, essaie de te tatouer. Yeah.
Isolde's trying to tattoo me?
Kill! She's trying to kill you.
Tattoo, it's an easy mistake.
If this is a joke, it's not funny.
I only wish it were a joke.
Isolde ordered us to take you into the forest and then kill you.
But why?
Oh, she's under the delusion that you have betrayed her.
Oh, she's insane.
Probably. Either way, you can't go back.
Run or hide, those are your options.
We'll go back and report your death.
Oh, hey! There's a cottage just over the way.
Maybe the witch who lives there will help you.
Goodbye. Good luck.
Bon courage, mon ami.
I should have been afraid. I should have been terrified, but I wasn't. The worst thing that could have happened to me had already happened, and all I could think was, why had she turned against me? What had I done to deserve it?
Love potion?
What did you say?
You're here for a love potion.
Who, me? No, I don't know anything about a love potion.
Oh, well, usually when a young woman comes to my door, it's about a love potion.
Well, I'm most definitely not on the market for a love potion.
Oh, say no more. You find yourself in a bit of difficulty and want to get rid of said difficulty.
What?
No! Oh, well, just as well. That particular potion is back ordered. I just sent my last batch off to the Kingdom of Texas.
Look, I'm not here to buy anything. I didn't even know there was a witch in the woods.
Let me guess. Someone sent you here to kill you without witnesses, but the person they sent to do the job had a soft heart and let you go.
How did you know?
You'd be surprised how often it happens. So, why does she want to kill you?
I don't know. Did I say it was a she?
It's usually jealousy.
But jealous of what?
Well, has her husband been casting his eyes in your direction lately?
No. I mean, I did have sex with him, but that was for her sake.
I think you better come inside.
Yeah. Why are there trees in the castle?
Sorry. We could remove them, but we just have to bring them right back for the next scene.
We were thinking we could just pretend they're not here.
Yeah.
Enter again. You're back. Good. Is it done?
It is done, Your Majesty.
Branwen is dead.
She is! You're
Oh, God. What have I done? No. What was I thinking? Branwen, how could I? What have you done?
Oh, you told us to do it, Your Majesty.
You threatened to kill us if we didn't. Well, I was clearly not in my right mind. You should have known that I would never truly want to hurt her. Not Branwen, my best and dearest friend. God, she gave up everything for me. How could I have possibly thought that she would turn against me? What she must have thought of me. And here is her tongue to accuse me. Will she cry out and witness against me? Or will she forgive me? She always. This is a slice of bologna. What?
Oh!
That's because...
We didn't kill her after all!
That's right. Don't worry. She's fine.
Branwen is alive.
Right as rain, just as you were secretly hoping, it turns out.
You defied my orders.
Well, no, you told us that you didn't really want to do it after all, Your
You
Majesty.
didn't know that.
Oh, we did.
We did.
Oh, we had a vision from God.
Right. God.
Who knew that you had spoken rashly, and you didn't really mean it.
Who knew that deep inside you didn't want your friend dead?
And he stopped our hand.
Is it true? Another miracle.
Yes, a miracle.
God is good.
So good.
This is catch up, isn't it? Well, forget it. Where's Branwen now? Find her. Bring her back. Tell her I beg her forgiveness. Tell her I can't live without her.
As I said, I think you better come inside. Oh.
Oh, we should have moved
Should
the.
have moved the tree in the first place. Yeah.
Yours is a long and complicated story. So, have a seat.
You were right. It is about jealousy, but not hers, mine.
Uh-huh.
When we left Ireland, her mother entrusted me with a love potion. I was supposed to give it to her and Mark on their wedding night so that they would fall in love and live happily ever after.
Oh, I take it that didn't happen.
You have to understand, Isolde and I grew up together. Up until that moment, we had been inseparable. I never thought anything would change between us. But on the journey to Cornwall, she started flirting with Tristan.
Sir Tristan? The king's nephew?
Yes, it might have come to nothing, but I panicked. So I snuck the potion into our wine, mine and Isolde's.
But
there was a mix-up. Tristan drank from my cup.
Uh-oh.
And they fell in love, and they've been carrying on an adulterous affair right under the king's nose all this time. Every day has become a desperate sprint to avoid discovery, dishonor, and death, and it's all my fault.
Yes, who is it?
It's me, you big lummox.
Password.
Je t'aime.
How did you get away?
It was easy. Mark drank a sleeping potion. He's out cold.
My clever darling. Is this what we've come to? Drugging our own king.
I had nothing to do with it. He was having trouble sleeping, so he asked the doctor for a potion.
I suppose that's harmless enough.
I can go back to him if you like.
So, the reason she wants you dead.
I don't know. Maybe she's afraid I would tell on her, as if I would ever do that, and yet I can't blame her.
Can't you?
She's not herself. She hasn't been since she drank that stupid potion, which I gave her.
Oh, have you tried the antidote?
What?
The love potion antidote, the anti-love potion.
That's a thing?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, if you're going to sell magic potions, you have to sell the antidote, or else it would be professionally irresponsible. Wait, I think I have some kicking around here somewhere. They don't fly off the shelves, those ones. People are so funny. Once they fall in love, they tend to want to stay in love, no matter how unhappy they are, or how much better off they'd be if they could just snap out of it. Where is that bottle? Ah, here it is. For you, half price. Yeah.
So, what do I do with it?
Oh, just put it in a wine, like, oh, or better yet, give it to her straight.
What does it taste like?
Like Lost Illusions, with an aftertaste of mint.
Is that good?
Oh, delicious.
What are you doing here?
Isolde sent us to bring you back.
You were supposed to tell her I was dead?
We did.
She was horrified. She burst into tears of remorse, and she said she hadn't meant it.
So we told her we hadn't killed you after all.
She didn't sign a prayer of thanks and told us to bring you back.
She begged your forgiveness and asked you to come home.
She said she can't live without you.
She said that?
Oh, how do you know it's not a trick? To get you to come back so she could kill you more successfully.
Good point.
Isolde's not like that, not cunning or deceitful. Or if she is, it's because of that potion that I gave her. But I have the antidote. I can fix this. I can undo the harm I caused.
Well, it'll break the spell of the love potion, but it won't cure any inherent character flaws.
She'll be herself again. That's all I want.
Yes?
Tristan!
What, who is it?
You need it in the Great Hall, sir!
Right now.
It's an urgent matterous thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I shall be right there.
Do you have to go?
It's an urgent matter of state, they said. It's probably that. Redori of Wales invading again. I shall only be a minute, dear.
I understand.
Make sure the coast is clear before you leave my room.
Of course.
Your Majesty! Fancy finding you here in Sir Tristan's chamber.
How dare you barge in here?
I am here in the cause of justice. What is your excuse, Lady Isolde? Arrest her!
Tristan, run!
Don't worry, we'll deal with Sir Tristan next. Yes, I like pina coladas. And getting caught in the rain. I'm not much into health food. I am into champagne. La 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 la. And you're the love that I look for. Write to me and escape. Escape.
Uncle, you're awake.
Yes, I'm awake. At last, my dear boy. You look more like your poor departed mother every day.
Is that a good thing?
I promised her before she died that you would want for nothing. My own son would not be more dear to me. Have I kept my promise, Tristan?
Yes. Of course. I couldn't want anything more.
Good. Good. How is your stamp collection coming along?
It's fine, thank you. Mind you, the mails are not what they used to be. It can take weeks to get a French letter nowadays. I mean, a letter from France.
Tris?
Yeah.
I know.
About the French letters?
I know about you and Isolde.
What about us?
Please, no more lies. It demeans us both.
Uncle.
Everyone knew, didn't they? Everyone but me. Of course, I tried very hard not to know.
Oh, my lord.
Isolde, I can understand. A young woman married against her will to an old bore. But you, Tris?
Uncle!
My own nephew?
I never meant for you to...
of course not.
So now what?
Isolde is being arrested right now.
Arrested? What will you do to her?
She will be taken to the dungeons to await trial.
Isolde.
Any minute now, the guards will be coming for you too.
Isolde on trial.
Which is why you must leave now.
I must leave? I don't understand.
Didn't you hear? Any minute now, the guards will burst in and arrest you. The lords of Cornwall will insist on your death. That I could not bear. After all, I promised your mother that I would...
You want me to escape?
Stupid boy! What are you still doing here? Get out! Go! I never saw you!
Uncle!
What are you waiting for? Escape!
Find him!
Amo, amas, amat. I love, you love, he loves. Amamas, amatis, amant. We love, you love, they love. Perfect indicative. Amavi, amavisti, amavit. I have loved, you have loved, he has loved. I demand to see my husband. I demand to speak to the king immediately. Future perfect. I'm a vero, I'm a veris, I'm a verit. I will have loved, you will have loved, he will have loved. Credebat quid amata esset. She believed she had been loved. Pluperfect, subjunctive, passive, you cowardly, hypocritical, narrow-minded numbskulls! I am a princess of Ireland. I speak Latin and French. I can heal people with my touch. I am worth 10 of any of you. How dare you keep me prisoner? Did I mention that my father's the king of Ireland? When he hears about this, there will be war. Just you wait. Tristan.
Not Tristan.
You. Have you come to gloat?
No, I've come to keep you company.
But I tried to have you killed.
You didn't mean it.
And you can forgive that easily?
You don't know everything.
You were right. I was selfish and blind. God isn't on my side. He has abandoned me. Everyone has. Except you. I have been such a fool. I thought this great love of mine was a gift from God. Now I think it was a curse.
Suppose I told you there were a way to undo it.
What are you talking about? Tristan!
My love!
You came, I knew! And how did you get in?
Well, you know, brute force. I think that there's a few more on their way, though, so we best make a quick getaway.
Where?
First things first.
First, Branwen, keep up.
Trees, quickly! Thanks to Tristan's daring do, they escaped Castle Door. They made their way to the deepest part of the forest where King Mark and his knights would never find them. And yes, of course, I followed.
Is this not the most beautiful glade? Oh, I feel sure we will be very happy here.
Here in the forest.
Why not? People do live here.
Witches, not princesses.
The important thing is that I will finally be free to be with the one I love.
Where will you sleep?
On beds of moss and wild violets.
But what about the winter?
God is looking out for us.
I thought you were beginning to question that narrative.
That was just the stress of imprisonment. I was wrong ever to doubt.
I'm returned!
My clever darling! Now what?
What do you mean?
Well, you have brought us a dead animal. Hey, how do we turn it into meat?
Oh, I really don't know. I'm sorry. It's just that every time I return from the hunt, servants appear, and they whisk the carcass away, and then it appears on the dinner room table as stew.
I don't suppose that will work here?
I suppose not.
Very well. I will clean this and cook it.
You will?
Why not? Common people do it all the time. How hard can it be? Oh.
Could you at least do it off stage?
Sure. Why? What's it dripping? Oh, God. No.
We did not starve that day, or the next. Tristan built a shelter of sorts. In spite of everything, they were happy. Until winter came. Snow fell, game grew scarce, we were always cold, always hungry, and Isolde became ill. However much they loved one another, however happy they were in their own little world, I did not see how this could go on.
I'm
would
wanted.
have. Excuse me.
Dead or... Yeah?
Do you mind? I was narrating.
Oh. I'm sorry. Can I have a turn?
No.
I'm my own autonomous being, you know, with my own subjective reality.
How nice for you.
I'm not completely unimportant. I killed the dragon, I staged a daring dungeon rescue, suffered a grievous wound, I violated all kinds of copyright for the sake of this story, so please, can I break the fourth wall too, even just a little?
You get a whole Wagner opera, dude! What's in there?
This?
Yeah, you've been carrying it around all this time. What is it that's so important?
It's my stamp collection.
You actually collect
I
stamps?
only talk about it all of the time.
Why? What's so interesting about stamps?
They're the only thing I have left from when my parents died.
Oh, you're both dead?
Dad died in battle before I was born, and my mom died giving birth. Whether from childbirth or broken heart, we never really. They left me this necklace. I'm interested.
Oh, your parents were French?
No. Everything just...
Sounds better in French.
Even sadness. It's ironic, isn't it?
How so?
Well, you'd think with a name like Tristan, I would be destined for tragedy, but here I am, the happiest man in Cornwall.
You're happy.
Of course, I have Isolde. I have true love. What more could I possibly want?
Did you just trick me into giving you character development?
What? No. Maybe.
Tristan, I don't see how this story can have a happy ending.
I should take her back to Mark. That way he would forgive her and he would accept her back if I was gone.
I would rather die here with you than go back to Castle Door.
What should I do?
Help her up and follow me. I led them to the witch's cottage.
Potions, charms, good. Oh, it's you.
Hello, these are my friends, Greg and Linda. Can we come in and get warm?
You wouldn't be asking me to harbor wanted fugitives by any chance now, are you?
Please. Isolde is very sick. Linda is very sick.
We could definitely use a cough potion.
Oh, all right, come inside. So I take it the antidote didn't work.
I never tried it.
Are you kidding me? What's the holdup?
Oh, look at them. They're happy. Who am I to decide that they would be better off out of love?
Well, you're the one that made them fall in love in the first place. You'd just be undoing your own actions. Look, we could just put it into a cough potion right now. Easy peasy.
But what if they're really, truly in love and not under a spell?
All love is a magic spell. All equally real. Look, no matter the cause, the antidote should work.
I can't. It's too much power.
You finally have some power, and you're afraid to use it.
It doesn't seem right.
All right, then. You're just going to have to talk her into taking it herself.
She'll never agree.
Look, you and I both know there's no happy ending for them. Sooner or later, she'll agree.
Greetings in the name of King Mark of Cornwall.
Potions, charms, magic
seek
relics.
Sir Tristan and Queen Isolde, we have tracked them to this cottage.
Oh, no, those tracks are from Greg and Linda.
Look, we don't mean them any harm. We bear a message from the king
We propose a deal
in offer forgiveness.
With certain conditions.
No offers, no deals, no conditions.
This is Sir Tristan speaking. Tell me the king's offer.
He asks Queen Isolde to come home.
What? To the dungeons?
No, to her rightful place at the king's side. He's willing to forgive her.
I don't ask his forgiveness.
Tell the king that we will think on the offer.
Don't take too long.
The storm is on its way.
Send for us, we've decided.
Good messengers, what are your names?
Call me Sir Rounded.
And me, Sir Render.
Think well on it, Sir Tristan.
I will not go back.
I know there's no one more loyal or brave than you, but we have no food. And a storm is coming. We're already sick. We're not going to survive the winter.
What matters to me is that we are never parted. Thought you felt the same way.
I'm thinking of you. I thought that that's what love is.
Trust me, I am perfectly capable of thinking of myself.
If you die, then it's going to be my fault.
God brought us together. He made us fall in love against our will. He has been watching over us all this time. He will not draw his hand away now.
Here. Here. Drink this.
I need some fresh air. Hold on to what we've got. Doesn't make a difference. Like it or not, got each other. That's a lot for love.
I have to tell you something. That night when you and Tristan fell in love, that wasn't God or fate or anything like that. It was me. It was my fault.
What are you talking about?
When we left home, your mother gave me a love potion that I was supposed to give to you and Mark secretly so that you would fall in love and live happily ever after. I didn't want you to fall in love with Mark. I didn't want you to fall in love with anyone but me. So that night on the ship, I put the potion into our wine, yours and mine. But things didn't go according to plan. Tristan drank from my cup, and now here we are.
This just proves it was God all along. What better agent to work his will than my best and dearest friend?
But it wasn't God. It was me, selfishly trying to keep you for myself.
Don't you see? It did go according to plan. Just not your plan.
What kind of sadistic God would purposefully lead people into adultery and treason?
Well, those are petty human concepts. God is above all that. So is love.
This love is a curse.
Don't say that. My life began on that ship to Cornwall.
No, your real life ended on that ship. You've been living in a dream ever since.
Well, then I never want to wake up.
Think of what you've given up for this. Your home, your family, your safety, your reputation, your comforts, all gone. Your world has shrunk down to nothing. Listen to me. There is no happy ending for you and Tristan.
What would you have me do?
Let him go. Go back to Mark. Ask for forgiveness.
There is no point in living if I can't be with Tristan. He is my life. I don't suppose you'd understand that.
Oh, I understand. Suppose I told you there were a way to fall out of love with him.
You can't just choose to fall out of love with someone.
Maybe you can. You see this? This is an anti-love potion. It will make you fall out of love. It will give you your life back, your real life, the life you were born for.
Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, I swear, take my hand. Make them stop. No, I can't abandon him.
Not abandon him. Set him free. Somewhere out there, he has a life waiting for him too.
No.
Let him go. Let him fall in love, get married, and have a
Fall
family.
in love with someone other than me?
If you love him.
No, he can't marry someone else. He can't. He already has my name tattooed on his inner thigh.
Well, then he can marry someone else named Isolde.
Do you think this is funny? This is not a joke.
Oh, actually, there is that Isolde in Britain.
That's right. Isolde of the white hands they call her.
Who asked you?
Look, I want you both to be happy.
No, you don't. Just want me for yourself. You said so. You don't want my happiness. You only care about your own. You would try to tempt me with offers of comfort and security, but I will not lose faith. I will not lose faith, Tristan. Tristan, I love you. You know that, don't you? I have given up everything for you, and I would do it over 100 times. I will never give you up. You know that, don't you?
Of course I know that.
Tell me you love me. Tell me you will never give me up. You will never leave me for anyone else.
Of course I won't.
That's all that matters, isn't it? That we stay true to each other, no matter what, unto death.
She won't take the potion?
No.
It's up to you now.
It's up to you.
Today is the day.
But I can't.
Whose story is this?
Who's happy ending?
You have the power.
Do I?
Whose story is this?
Today's the day.
You have the potion.
I do.
Use it.
Use it. Make the choice.
Change the story.
Change the
Make
story.
the choice.
Today's the
Today's
day.
the day.
Thank you guys for coming out for Branwen Spikes and Drink Play, our resident playwright, Rosalind Reynolds! We have 3 more nights of this Thursday through Saturday next weekend. Tell your friends, share it on social media, etc., etc. Once again, thank you for joining us. Safe travels home and sweet dreams when you get there.
Say farewell to these, bro.
No, that's the video! No! What are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh my God!